Hello everybody and welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series Bass Pro Shops Bristol Night Race and the cutoff race for our round of 16, opening round of the playoffs here as we are underway at the last great Coliseum. It is Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs on the front row leading us back to the green flag into turn one for the first time. Hamlin on the inside, but Ty Gibbs forcing his way there in the outside lane. Hamlin can't quite clear him for the race lead. Gibbs giving him everything he's got. Out of turn four, Ty Gibbs will take the lead here and lead the opening lap here at Bristol. Remember, Gibbs won this race in the spring in our universe here in Bristol, trying to do it once again here, this time for a spot in the round of 12 on the line. Remember, Gibbs comes in only 1 point above the cut line. Hamlin second, Larson third, as now Ty Gibbs looks to lap the 66 of Josh Bilicki, which he will at about lap number 17. He's coming up now on Daniel Hemrick and Harrison Burton up ahead of him as Gibbs continuing to lead the way, side by side behind and in front of him, going into 3 and 4. Hemrick giving a shot to Harrison Burton. He spins him. Hemrick takes out Harrison Burton, and the caution comes out right in front of the leaders. Somehow they all managed to avoid hitting Harrison and escape with 0 damage. Very, very fortunate the leaders are right there. Hemrick just feeling the pressure, turns Burton around, and Gibbs will be the leader on the restart to get back into lap number 23. Though there's a number of cars though that fell a lap down. I guess it was something with the issue of pit stops under yellow. That sort of thing is trapped. Eric Jones, most notably, 1 lap down. Of course, Jones, one of our playoff contenders in this first round. He won Talladega earlier in the season. He comes in only 8 points above the cut line. Starting this race a lap down is not a good spot for the 43 to advance in trouble out of turn 4. That's Bowman around. The 48 has spun with Chase Briscoe as Bowman got turned by Nemechek up into Ross Chastain, in the one who could not afford to be involved in an accident today in Bristol. Chastain gets collected coming into this race 13 below the cut line. That is not going to help Chastain's situation trying to advance to the round of 12. He might be the second year of first. It's Ty Gibbs there, problem pit road, and all of a sudden Ty Gibbs for some reason has DNF'd out of this race. Some sort of issue. I don't know what happened under yellow, but Ty Gibbs, who had led the first 26 laps, is out here at Bristol, and now it is Kyle Larson's HendrickCars.com Chevrolet leading the field at Bristol over Martin Truex in second, but Ty Gibbs is out in 37th, and that means more than likely Ty Gibbs will be out of the playoffs in the first round. A huge shocker there. Gibbs, of course, won the Bristol earlier in the year, won the Southern 500, was expected to at least make it to the second round, but he's out of trouble. Larson's leading, but through lap traffic, around goes Josh Berry, and William Byron is involved, and Byron will go a lap down because of that. He hooks Josh Berry into the wall, big contact, and that makes Byron fall behind the leader of Larson, and Byron is now lapped here at Bristol, which will affect the rest of his race for sure. He is not safe yet, but he's still in a good point spot as Larson will lead over Hemrick here. So now we see, Brad Keselowski on lap 74 with problems, as he's in a big wreck with Bubba Wallace and Bilicki. Huge crash there, so it'll be the end of the night for Keselowski, and he's another driver who can't afford to have a bad day. He only comes in plus 11 above the cut line after a really strong run in Atlanta, and then of course not the finish he was looking for at Watkins Glen. Brad now out of this race. Keselowski will end up finishing in 35th as he and Bilicki dropped down with Gibbs. So 2 shockers right there. Gibbs and Keselowski wrecked out of this race here in Bristol. Their playoff hopes in severe jeopardy as Larson continues to lead through stage 1 with Truex hounding him in second. But it is Larson's race to lose here at Bristol. Truex in second trying to find a way by. There's Chastain they're going to lap, and Larson continues to lead here now on lap 82. Seabell back in third, trying to join the party, and around goes the 51 of Justin Haley because AJ Allmendinger got hit by Byron into the inside wall. Allmendinger comes up into LaJoy, who collects Haley into the wall. Funny enough, of course, those two doing a ride swap the rest of the season after this race. Haley will be in the 7, and LaJoy will be in the 51 for Rick Ware for the remaining 7 races, as now Larson will lead us once again on the restart here on lap 90. Truex second. How about Todd Gilliland, the lap car up there? Of course, see that damage to the initial wreck for Ross Chastain has pinned him now 24 laps down and 36, and the caution has come out again here in Bristol. This time, big damage to Zane Smith. This time, Eric Jones, another one of our playoff contenders with a problem, gets dumped by Allmendinger, gets slammed by Zane Smith. Kyle Busch in the 8 collects some damage, and another caution will come out here in Bristol as Larson continues to bring home. Now there's another one because Noah Gragson has gone around with Chris Buescher. Two Fords having issues. Of course, Gragson in the playoffs was he won the Daytona 500 in February. Now he is around and he continues to struggle here at Bristol. Now it is Logano leading us back to the green on the restart with just 3 laps to go in stage 1. Can Joey Logano hang on to get a much needed stage win and 10 huge points? Logano came in 16 out of 16, way below the cut line, out by 18. Logano needs a miracle here to advance, and this might be what he might be doing. He might be a miracle worker as he's leading here. Might bring home the stage win. There's the caution. So that means the stage is going to end here as they cross the start-finish line, and so it's going to be Joey Logano avoiding the smoke up ahead. Logano wins stage 1 in Bristol. Blaney, McDowell, the top 3. Kaz Grala 4th. Nemechek 5th. Then Chase Elliott, Larson, Truex, Bell getting crucial points. And Tyler Reddick with no hood on that 45 earns the last stage point. So Logano, a crucial stage number. The caution came out because Hamlin got turned by Allmendinger into Austin Dillon as we were going green, and that's why we are under caution. So Joey Logano, your stage 1 winner here at Bristol, earning 10 crucial points, but still comes in about, needs to get a few more points to get his way back above the cut line. Now how about this? Kaz Grala leading on the restart for Rick Ware Racing over Chase Briscoe in second here at Bristol. Grala throws the block. Briscoe almost hit him with a crossover right there for the race lead. They continue to battle. Bunch of cars out of the race. Caution out again, and Joey Logano is involved. The 22 up and over on his side, barrel rolling end over end through turn 3, sent there by Hocevar and Truex. Logano absolutely destroyed here in Bristol, and a shocking turn of events. Your stage 1 winner on the following restart is out of the race and out of the playoffs. Logano is done, and his season in contention for the championship will be over here at Bristol, and the 2-time champion will not make it. Well, in our universe, 1-time champion will not make it 2 in the even years. You see Larson there. Larson, for some reason, coming up here. I don't know what is Larson doing. He's just giving up the race and his contention in the races. He was one of the top cars, doing a ton of laps, but now Chase Briscoe's leading now. But because Larson pitted, he just screwed himself, basically. Briscoe continuing to lead over McDowell here at Bristol as they work their way through 3 and 4. Caution out again here in Bristol. Host of our Buescher also out. I was going to say Noah Gragson was involved again. Yeah, this time Noah Gragson dumps Austin Dillon. 2 of the 3 Bass Pro cars getting involved in an accident. Hard hit to the inside wall for Dillon. Gragson gets sent around. Caution comes out. Gragson, remember, came in one below the cut line to Ty Gibbs, and Gragson now is surviving all this. Is actually getting himself in a decent spot to pull off an upset. Advances the round to 12. This time Christopher Bell, though, trying to pit from the top of the racetrack, wipes himself out off of Daniel Hemrick. He crashes. Caution again as C. Bell, who came in like 5-10 points below the cut line, involved in an accident. There's probably going to be quicker to name the guys who haven't been involved in an accident yet that are in the playoffs. As Ryan Blaney leads this race now on lap 130. Chase Elliott is in second. Kyle Busch in third. Blaney, of course, won the opening race of the playoffs at Atlanta to lock himself in the round of 12. Had a great top 10 run at Watkins Glen last week. Trying to keep up the momentum here, but he's been passed now. Chase Elliott to the front. Elliott now leading at Bristol. Blaney to second. Busch to third. Now caution has come out again because Bowman and Larson have wrecked themselves out of the race. Now Bowman, of course, is fine because he won at Watkins Glen last week. Larson has enough points. He should be fine with his cushion. Now when playoff guys are struggling, he should advance the round of 12 no problem. But 2 of the dominant Hendrick Chevys out of this race, Larson and Bowman, as it is Kyle Busch leading at Bristol. Can he finally get that win? Here comes Truex. And Truex to the lead on the outside lane. He gets by Kyle Busch, and Truex will drive away, and the caution will prevent him from driving away here. Caution out once again in Bristol because A.J. Allmendinger is destroyed via the front bumper of Todd Gilliland and the inside wall. A.J. Allmendinger wrecks out here at Bristol. Tough day for colleague. Man, oh, more trouble on the restart. There's Christopher Bell around. Blaney in it. Cindric Gilliland as well. The 12 is one of your leaders. Turns Christopher Bell. Collects William Byron. Blaney slams into the wall. Then Bell comes right back up into Cindric and Gilliland. And 2 more championship contenders getting heavy damage. Hamlin and Elliott on pit road while this is happening. Cycles the lead out to Chase Briscoe. And now back to the 15 of Kaz Grala. and his Rick Ware Racing Ford is leading this race at Bristol, running the race of his life right now, in position to pull off a massive upset and get Rick Ware Racing's first ever win as an organization in any of the 3 levels of NASCAR. Behind us, almost wrecking. That was the 2311 cars of Reddick and Bubba almost getting to it, but we stay green. Grolic trying to drive away from Suarez. Another caution came out because the 43 of Eric Jones is out of this race. Blaney was out from the previous accident, so Blaney will not get 2 wins in the first round. But Jones in the 43, that 8-point cushion plus the amount of guys that have already wrecked out that are in the playoffs might be enough to get him in, but we'll see how close it is, whether or not Eric Jones advances to the round of 12, where he also has a shot to sweep Talladega to advance to the round of 8. Grala continuing to lead, now on lap 204, having a fantastic run today. Kaz Grala is here at Bristol. Chase Briscoe second, trying to chase him down. As how about that? This was Denny Hamlin, was knocked out of the race. The 11 now wrecks out. He has enough points, he should be okay, but that's a shocker. Hamlin was really strong earlier in the night. He's out now, and Kyle Busch on the outside lane takes the lead. Here comes that 8 car. Kyle Busch takes the lead away from Kaz Grala, and Busch trying to break a over 1 year winless streak, has not won since last season, trying to keep it to make it 20 years in a row. He has won a race in the Cup Series. Can he do it? He's leading over Kaz Grala and Truex. Coming to the last lap of stage 2, it is still Kyle Busch in the lead, but how about Kaz Grala hanging tough in second in that Rick Ware Ford. Truex in a great spot to get good points in third. Christopher Bell, the lap car, who's been involved in a multitude of incidents, holding him up, but through the final corner, Kyle Busch wins stage 2 in Bristol. Grala comes home second, Truex third, Briscoe and Wallace the top 5, followed by Suarez, Stenhouse, Byron, Gilliland, and Elliott the top 10. Elliott and Byron secure themselves the next round pretty much. Same thing for Wallace and Truex with the amount of points they've earned today. They're looking really strong. And Kyle Busch continuing to lead here on lap 293 now. He has dominated this third and final stage so far. Truex, though, putting the pressure on him in second. You know that 19 wants one final Bristol win to end Martin Truex Jr.'s career. The cautions come out, and now look at this. The 8 of Kyle Busch is destroyed from the lead. Here on lap 340, on the last caution, Kyle Busch was involved in a crash and is now about to get lapped by new leader Kaz Grala, who is once again back in the lead, looking for the massive upset. The Boston native is in a position to do wonders for his career if he can win this race. Grala pushing the lap car of Kyle Busch through is a shame for Kyle Busch, as he just cannot catch a break. Even when he's leading in position to win a race, something always happens, and it happened again here tonight in Bristol. It's going to cost Kyle Busch another Bristol win. Of course, he has plenty from his time with Joe Gibbs Racing, and Hendrick Trouble. Around goes Austin Dillon, and Seabell goes spinning. Caution out again. Christopher Bell involved. Dillon and Briscoe around as well. Multiple cars in it. And now Truex leads the way with 99 laps to go here in Bristol over Grala, who's fallen to second. But now Grala's taking the lead back on the restart here with just 48 to go. How about Grala running the race of a lifetime here in Bristol, trying to get his first career win. Truex, though, right behind him in second, looking for his third win of the season, a spot in the round of 12, and a walk-off win for his career. Here we go, now 29 to go. Truex is taking the lead back by 2 seconds over Grala. Caution comes out again because Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell have wrecked out of this race. Their days finally come to an end. Just heartbroken for Kyle Busch. He had such a strong day going, but it ultimately ends in a torn-up race car. Seabell, I think he survived long enough. He might have enough points to make it. We will see. Harrison McDowell also out as Truex leads Grala here late in the race here. Just 34 laps to go in Bristol. Truex trying to drive away now. 2 laps to go in the Bass Pro Shops Bristol Night Race, and the Bass Pro Shops Toyota is leading. Martin Truex Jr. in his final season of Cup Series competition as a full-time competitor takes the white flag. Final laps are Incredible Bank in the lead at Bristol, going to win a race in the playoffs, trying to do like what Kevin Harvick did last season, who made it all the way to Phoenix to fight for a championship through turn 4. Martin Truex Jr. wins the Bristol Night Race, will advance to the round of 12, his 37th career win, and his final win at Bristol in his final season. Amazing run from Truex. Kaz Grala, a career day, the race of his life, comes home in second. He led the most laps and almost pulled off the win. Elliott, Byron, Stenhouse, the top 5, as Martin Truex Jr. gets a huge win here in Bristol. His third of his farewell tour propels him into the round of 12, and his championship hopes stay alive. Kaz Grala, of course, the incredible run, comes home in second. Elliott and Byron, good point stays in the top 5. You see no other playoff drivers until we get down to C. Bell crashing out in 14th, which I think might be enough to carry him to the round of 12 for the defending champion. Kyle Busch disappointed in 13th after having a really car capable of winning. Almost pulled it off, but wasn't meant to be. Then McDowell, Gregson, Wallace, 18th through 20th out. Hamlin, Jones, Blaney, Chastain, Bowman, Larson, Logano, Keselowski, and Gibbs all wreck out. And now we're going to see the aftermath of this in the playoff grid after the end of the round of 16. The 4 drivers whose championship hopes have come to an end and are eliminated are Joey Logano, Ross Chastain once again, Ty Gibbs, and Brad Keselowski will not go back to the Final Four this year as they are out. Keselowski out by 5 points to Noah Gragson, who keeps the Cinderella run alive in Stuart Haas's final year. He will advance to the round of 12. Eric Jones survives and advances to have a shot at Talladega in the next round. Seabell, by the skin of his teeth, makes it by 8, and then everyone else had pretty comfortable gaps. But there you go. Keselowski, Gibbs out, as well as Chastain, who won 3 races this year, and Logano. As now we look at the playoff grid entering the round of 12. Kansas, Talladega, and the Roval, always a wild card round. Of course, it remains Kyle Larson at the top of the playoff grid, pretty comfortably 19 above the cut line. Hamlin, Truex, all double digits above the cut line. Then it's tight. Bubba Wallace all the way on down to Eric Jones in 12th is only 16 points. So it is going to be a tight playoff grid here throughout. Right now, Gregson, Jones, McDowell, and Blaney below the cut heading into Kansas. But a lot is going to change over the next 3 weeks. So we will see. And that's a wrap from Bristol. And now, as always, for the episode, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley. I appreciate both of your support. It means a lot. If any of you viewers want to become members as well, you can click the link in the description down below or hit the join button to get access to exclusive perks such as early access to videos, getting your name on a paint scheme, members at only polls, that kind of thing. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.